Now, let me give you an example of another thing you can do to come up with some great ideas. So, you know how we mentioned a spatula a minute ago, right? I typed in spatula. Well, go ahead, type in spatula. And look at this. When you type it in, it's going to show you a lot of different keywords that come up. Now, this one caught my attention right here. Fish spatula. You see that? So I saw that and I was like, hey, I didn't even think about a fish spatula. So that's going a few steps deep. It's about like 4 levels deep. And let's click on it. So you see here, if you look on the left, you're looking underneath kitchen and dining, spatulas, and then it's like it's a few stages deep. It's about 4 levels deep. Now, the thing I want to show you here is that let's look. So a lot of these companies here, these brand products are not well-known brands that everybody would recognize, right? This thing is called MIU, and I've never even heard of this company before. Adico, Amco, Kuhn, HIC brand that cooks red hot silicone stuff. Victorinox. Did I say that? Victorinox? I have no idea how to even pronounce that. Norpro. Microplane, Kuhn, so Wursthoff. So you see how these are really unknown brands that you don't recognize? So that's a good sign. This thing is, it's not just being completely run by major brands. So I have heard of this company, MasterChef, but that's one of the only companies out of all these that I have heard about. So again, that's a good sign. So then what we're going to do, let's go ahead and click on the MIU France large stainless steel spatula. Let's click on that. So look, this thing is being sold for $10. And again, I get this thing has probably a lot of markup on there. I guarantee this company probably bought this spatula for like $1, if that, and they're turning around and selling it for $10. So that's huge markup. Like, look, even if they were buying this spatula for $3 or $4, they would still be making over double their money, right? If they bought it for $4 and they're selling it for $10, well, I would do that all day, every day. That's a great move, right? So we know that there's definitely markup on this, and it's lower price, which is great. The other thing is that this is just, it's not like a major brand. If you notice, you could only buy this spatula from one company, this MIU France. And if you go down here, there's one other thing I wanted to point out. Earlier, I had mentioned that we want to look for things that are about 3 to 4 levels deep in the categories, right? So do you see kitchen and dining, kitchen utensils and gadgets, cooking utensils, spatulas. So 1, 2, 3, 4 levels deep. You see that? 4 levels deep. So 3 to 4 is good. And that's really like the sweet spot. Again, sometimes if you go up to like 5 or something, not a big deal. But again, I'm just trying to point out, don't go down like 15 levels deep, because then it's just getting too small. But 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6, it's not that big of a deal. So the other thing that I like to look for is I like to make sure that this product is a top selling product. And we know it's top selling because I went to Amazon and I looked for the best-selling products in kitchen utensils and gadgets, and one of the best-selling one was a spatula, right? So I already know that these spatulas are top-selling products. But right here, check this out. Do you see the Amazon bestseller rank? 1,593. You see that? So I like to look for things that are at, under 10,000. So that's kind of the sweet spot. If it's under 10,000, that's great. If it's, over 10,000, let's say it's like 10,000 to like 30,000 or so, okay, that might be worth checking out. But if I can find a product that's under 10,000, that's really great, because that tells me it's making a lot of sales. Like, this thing could be making anything from like hundreds all the way up to thousands of sales a day. And that's what we want to do. We want to get our product up on top. We want to get our spatula up above this spatula and knock this guy out, so that way we can get those kind of sales. All right? So there you have it, my friends. That's really everything I do and how I pick products. Like I mentioned, Go through that list that I mentioned in the other video, the things I like to look for. And as long as it matches up, this thing is durable. It's unbreakable. The thing is, it's going to be lightweight. We're going to be able to sell it for a lot more money than it cost us. We could probably buy this item with very low quantities from our manufacturer. Our manufacturer is probably not going to make us buy like 50,000 of these before they send it out. But, so we could probably buy like a handful of them, 5, 10, 20 or so. And all those other things that we mentioned, this thing has it. So this can definitely be a winner, right? And also, too, I just want to give you one other example of some great things. If you go into shop by department, you can always go into beauty, health, and groceries and go into supplements, because we'll probably talk a little bit more about supplements, I'm sure. But if you go into the supplements, you can then look for what's best selling, like we did earlier. And look, a lot of these supplements here, you could just go down the top 100s list. Look, you're going to find super strength, like a testosterone thing right here. How about, look, a workout supplement? This thing is a probiotic supplement, and that's being sold for $15. You see that? Creatine powder. Kelp capsule. You see that? So look, so then what I would do is, now that I know that these are all the top supplements, I would then go up here to the top, and let's just type in kelp supplements. And let's look. Is this thing being completely controlled by major brands? Now, I've heard Nature's Way before. Now, I haven't heard of this company before. Country Life, never heard of before. This thing is called Swanson, never heard of before. Solgar, Sea Kelp, never even heard of before. So again, this right here would be a great opportunity. Kelp supplements, right? So this would be another thing that might be worth selling. And is there a markup? You bet. Again, like I mentioned earlier, you can get supplements done for as cheap as like $1 or $2. And as you can see, some of these guys look, this guy's selling this one for $16.50, $11.69, etc. So this could be a great product to do. And also, remember that one point I made in the last video is the product recurring? Is it something that people buy again and again? Remember that? Do people buy supplements again and again? Yes. So that's why supplements are a great product. They're going to buy it over and over again. So there you go. I just gave you a few ideas, and I showed you step by step how to come up with your own. So go ahead, come up with your own product idea, and then I will see you in the next video.